Hello everybody, Green Films Official here. Welcome to the final video of the year. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say that this first year has been incredible. I've gotten so much love and support from you guys. My Fantastic Planet in-depth analysis got like over 3,000 views, which is amazing, and I've gotten some comments from YouTubers bigger than myself. I was also able to end the year with nearly 70 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. I never thought I'd get this many subscribers this quickly, but here we are. Look, what I'm trying to say is that I love all of you guys. I love you all so much. If it weren't for you, I would never be able to reach this level. And I just want to say thank you for your support. Anyways, let's review Spider-Man No Way Home. While you don't need to enjoy this movie, I do highly recommend watching the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy and even the Amazing Spider-Man duology. I don't think they're very good films, but they'll help you get just that little bit more out of this one. Also, this video is going to be absolutely littered with spoilers, so yeah, maybe leave and come back if you haven't seen it yet. But I will give you a verdict before you go. I think this movie is flawed, but pretty great overall. But yeah, anyways, yeah, go see it, and I hope you enjoy it. And please come back. Don't forget me. God, this movie was so much damn fun, and it was quite a roller coaster of emotions as well. One second you'll enjoy Peter interacting with all these different villains, and then the next second you'll be like, holy crap, Aunt May is dead. All the supporting characters are as great as you'd want them to be as well. Ned, MJ, and even Aunt May were pretty good in this movie. I'd say the best they've ever been out of the MCU Spider-Man trilogy. Happy was pretty lacking though. It's not that he was bad or anything, because he wasn't. In fact, he had a pretty good moment at the end of the movie. It's just, he really has nothing to do, which was a bit of a shame considering how great he was in Far From Home. I also thought it was pretty lame how Venom had nothing to do in this movie. I liked how he was teased at having a major role in the post-credit scene of Venom Let There Be Carnage, but then he's just used as like a post-credit scene gag in this movie, and then he just gets zapped back to his own universe. I just wish he was in this movie more, because he could have been really good if he was actually involved with the plot. This movie also had some plot holes. It's not really that big a deal. A lot of movies have plot holes, but I do think this movie could have been just that little bit better if they weren't there. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna stop bitching and moaning now because the positives of this movie far outweigh its negatives. I liked Doctor Strange a lot in this movie. I thought he had a lot of funny scenes, a lot of scenes where he was serious and stern, and it's MCU Doctor Strange. He's great. He's one of my favorite characters in the entire MCU. And that fight he has with Peter, whoo! The visuals during that scene were amazing. It should also go without saying that Tom Holland was amazing as Spider-Man in this movie. Tom Holland's just a natural at this character, man. A lot more actually happens to him in this movie as a result of his actions, which was actually really great because it felt like the movie had real consequence to it. But now, let's get to the part that made everyone so hyped for this movie. The villains. They were great, man. They were really freaking great. For the most part, anyway. Looking at you, lizard. Seriously, the poor bastard had nothing to do. I thought it was kind of weird that Sandman was evil in this movie, considering his redemption at the end of Spider-Man 3. Dr. Octopus, who we'll get to later, was kind of a good guy in this movie, and I thought Sandman would be like that too, and he is briefly. But then, after a speech by Willem Dafoe Green Goblin, he just turns evil again, so... Electro was a pleasant surprise. He's infinitely better than he is in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. and he actually has a reason for being evil that makes sense. So, for that reason alone, he's improved over his original self. And then we have my boy, Dr. Octopus. I loved him in this movie. He actually turns into a good guy because Spider-Man has this idea that maybe he can cure all the villains and redeem them. And this actually works for Dr. Octopus, and he serves as one of the supporting characters. And yeah, he was great. I loved seeing him as a good guy. There's an interaction he has with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that I loved a lot. And yes, we will get into Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man a bit later in this review. And then we have Willem Dafoe Green Goblin. Oh, I'm so happy he's in this movie, man. Willem Dafoe was positively amazing as Green Goblin in this movie. Oh, I loved him so much. 1 second, he's in a really sorry state, trying to separate himself from his goblin persona. The next, he's helping Peter out, trying to cure all the villains. And then the next, he's all evil again, ruining everything. He's so unpredictable, and that's what makes him so scary and intimidating in this movie. He makes Tom Holland Spider-Man want to kill him, and he probably would have if Tobey Maguire Spider-Man didn't stop him. What more do I need to say? It's Willem Dafoe Green Goblin. Something I really like about this movie is that it explores the humanity of these villains. I mean, yeah, they're not the most complex villains out there, but there's a little more to these guys than, we're gonna get you, Spider-Man. Now, I can't go any further into this review without talking about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, because, oh man, they were amazing. Even though I don't really like the Amazing Spider-Man movies that much, I really loved Andrew Garfield in this movie. He had perfect comedic timing, and there are actually a lot of emotional scenes with him reflecting on Gwen Stacy. Tobey Maguire was great in this movie. He felt like a more grown-up version of himself from the Sam Raimi trilogy, which was great, and I really liked it when he stopped Tom Holland from killing Green Goblin. I thought that scene was great. I also loved how the other two Spider-Men talked about how weird and gross it was that the webs just come out of his skin. Toby and Andrew have a lot of interactions in this film that I thought were great. I particularly like the interaction where they're talking about, hey, what kind of villains did you fight? Yeah, that whole thing was beautiful. And hey, as a Spider-Man fan, I know, man, I just had this huge smile on my face seeing three Spider-Men swing through the air together. It was really cool to see. But yeah, that was Spider-Man No Way Home, a really, really great movie, and my favorite MCU film to come out this year. Shang-Chi is a close second though. It was just a heck of a lot of fun. I loved it a lot. The things it made me feel were, oh dude, it was just amazing. And Willem Dafoe Green Goblin, yeah, dude. This movie is not flawless, but who cares about the plot holes, man, when the positives of this movie far outweigh any of the negatives. The only flaw with this movie that was a real issue for me was Venom not being in it that much. He could have been really great in it. Oh well. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Spider-Man No Way Home. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button, leave a comment if you want, subscribe if you haven't already. You know, everything that will help my channel out. Yeah, and also thank you for an amazing first year. Had a lot of fun making videos for you guys this year, and I have some big plans for next year that I'm sure you guys will really like. Anyways, yeah, not much else more to say. Goodbye. Love you all.